Hello everybody, Sinister here, and I'm back, baby. I'm back for good. This season, I'm hoping to make a lot more videos, as I've gotten a lot more back into Halloween than last year. But yeah, just letting you know, I'm back now, and I'm here to make content for the rest of the summer and up to the end of the Halloween season. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a lot of props that could possibly come back from next Halloween season and Spirit Halloween. So to start off, I'm going to say one of the most probable returns is Crouchy the Clown. Crouchy the Clown was quite a successful prop last year, as it was something Spirit had never really done before. They kind of went with more large-scale props this year, and it's really eye-catching and was like a very big part of the theme. Whenever I went into Spirit, I would see people gawking at it and looking at its size, and it was absolutely massive. And it was smart on their end to make such a out there prop. However, it was expensive, so I didn't end up picking it up, but it definitely was successful in its marketing strategy and how they put it together and how they displayed it. Another prop that I think is pretty probable to come back is Sam. Sam was a very good seller. It sold out pretty quickly. Same with Pennywise, because we're on the topic of licensed props, and I think from the brand's perspective, seeing those props sell so well and do so well in the store, I imagine they'd want to continue the contract for the licensed prop a little longer. And for it to come back would not be a surprise considering how well both the props did and how quickly they sold out. Yet another prop that is super probable to come back is Bloodthirsty Betty. Betty was a fairly popular prop last year. Unlike Demonic Dahlia or something, they know that we've seen Peekaboo Penny come back in prior themes, and we've seen a lot of those kind of props return, like Swinging Sally. So I have a feeling Bloodthirsty Betty will end up coming back this year just because of the popularity of those like demon girl props and their classic zombie baby kind of look. Now I know stuff like the sitting scarecrow and like sitting witch and stuff like that come back, but not as like part of the theme. However, I don't think Rusty will come back this year. He didn't really hit it off, as he was kind of underwhelming on display in stores, and his sound and looks were not as good as displayed on their prop video. So I imagine we won't be seeing those again. However, the collector has potential to come back. I feel like that was a very important prop this year. I feel like a lot of people saw that as one of the most like eye-popping things from the theme, like Crouchy. So that is a very high possibility. Double Trouble has come back multiple years before, so I don't think that's going to come back. Eddie, I don't know. He's something like the Evil Scientist, where he sold okay, but not enough to come back for another year. Abandoned Annie wasn't really that popular, but they do tend to put those smaller props back in stores if they didn't fully sell out. I saw a lot of her boxes on the half-off day, so I don't know how well she actually sold, and I don't think she'll be coming back. Jack Straw was a pretty normal prop. It wasn't really original. It was nothing special. So I feel like they won't do anything with him anymore. He was just kind of another cornfield themed prop that didn't really have anything like special going for it. Headless Help was not successful at all. I never saw anybody picking him up. I think they only shipped out a couple of copies of the prop in all their stores because it just wasn't that good of a prop and nobody wanted it for the price. It was a pretty like an off-brand Barnyard Butcher. Yeah, I feel like there's no point in returning. Same with Graveyard Ghoul. Demonic Dahlia was an okay prop, but I feel like the struggle it did to set up and how often it broke on display just was not good for the prop itself. I feel like for its selling value, seeing it broken in most stores was not good. Seeing it break in stores was probably not the best for the amount it sold. I feel like a lot of people would see it in stores and see it break so quickly on. I remember the one in my store broke within the first couple of weeks of it being in, which is not very good. So I feel like she won't be returning just because of the hassle to set up, how often she broke, and she can't be triggered very often. I'm sure she didn't sell much because of that, and so I don't think they'll be bringing her back. Waving Wally was actually a pretty nice prop in my opinion. I think the price point was a little outrageous for what it is, but as a static prop, it had a very good look to it and I really liked it. However, I don't think it will come back. Static props don't seem to make a comeback a lot. Just a clown prop, I have a feeling it was one of those last minute decisions, but it looked like they had good designers behind it and what they were thinking about and the idea, but they didn't just have enough time to execute it properly with the emotion and the lights and the sound and everything. The voice lines weren't very good. I feel like the prop itself was very nice. If it was at a different price point, I definitely would have bought it. Now, I think that's it for predicting which props will be coming back next year. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of returning props because of how successful a lot of the props were last year. I did like a lot of the props last year. Tortured Torso was also pretty good, but However, I don't think he'll make a comeback. I think Electrified Corpse might take his spot again, just because of how iconic that prop is and how good it is and how well it sells. I'm really excited for next year because I know they're going to pull something big off, and I know it's going to be great. I think there are going to be a lot of returning props, but I think that might be because they're going to push out more props this year and maybe more themes, because they need a comeback. I feel like last year was not very good for them. I did not see many people walking out with big props. Most of them were just costumes. I feel like they've been getting way too up there with the prices recently, and they just need to tone it down a little bit for the quality of the props they've been producing. However, that is it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. See you in the next one.